It's not a
The Get Right podcast.
The podcast is Can't Get Right podcast.
Alright, in the latest news, Shannon Sharpe get caught up with a 19-year-old white girl in a crazy situation where she's suing him for $50 million. The whole situation is wild. We're gonna talk about it. Chuck, what you think about this whole situation? How you feel about it?
I didn't know she was 19.
Well, she's older now, but when they started, it was 19. I think she was
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's
How old
22.
is she now?
22.
Like like with me, I don't have like she an adult. She an adult, so I can't say much about that. Like it is what it is. I feel like it was a setup, and I feel like the conversation they actually had.
What you mean by setup? Like
why was she recording it?
Oh, I got you.
Like, why? What was the point of recording it?
The reason why I said that, not to cut you, because people were saying they feel like it was a setup. Like somebody was trying to set him up, like the higher ups or the Illuminati, whatever, was trying to set him up. But I thought that was bullshit. But go ahead.
Yeah.
She definitely was setting him up.
Yeah, I feel like, to be honest with you, I don't even think that conversation was crazy. Like I'm sure everybody had a conversation, don't necessarily mean that. And who knows what type of kinky stuff they're into. I don't know how many times I've been asked to choke someone. But I'm sure that was something they into anyway. That was something they've done before. But now that conversation, like they're making it like a bad thing or villainizing him behind it. Knowing good and well, I don't feel like that's what it was. I'm not saying it's not there for sure, but I feel like that was more of a regular conversation between two people that's involved sexually or relationship. And I don't feel like he's gonna choke her to the point like as far as hurting her. But also, I just seen recently with this whole situation, they said Shaq was paying money.
Yeah, I heard that too.
To get dirt on Shannon Sharpe.
Right, I heard
and
that.
I'm not sure exactly what it was. I'm thinking, I don't know how deep it is, because what I've seen, the reason why they have a problem with each other, I don't feel like it was that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so I'm kind of with Chuck. I feel like it's definitely a shakedown, like everybody's saying. The audio came out, and like I say, it just sounded like a regular conversation. It's just extra freaky, whatever like that. Like when he said he was gonna choke her, like it wasn't like in a I'm gonna choke you in like a I'm gonna choke you
in a malicious.
Yeah, in a malicious way. It was nothing like that. It was kind of like on some like freaky deaky type stuff, you know. So that's the way I feel about that. I feel like it's just a shakedown, man. I feel like Shannon should have moved a little bit smarter in a situation like that. I think when you get the type of money that he's getting, I think you just should just move a little bit different. You can still deal with the people, but just know like conversations over the phone and like if you're gonna have a conversation, well, just talk regular, you know, because you never know, you know. And if you want to do all the extra stuff, do that stuff behind closed doors, like in your own home, like cause you're the one bringing everything to the table. It's just too much of a risk these days to deal with any woman and put yourself talking crazy because they flip anything. It's to the point now where it can be consensual and they just say no in the middle of it. And if you keep going, like like, oh, you kept on going. She said no. Like it's you just, if you having sex with a woman, you get money like that, and she say no for any reason, just stop. Just say, all right, okay, you can go. You know, get out of there. You know, and then, he did this. No, when you said no, I stopped, got up, and you know, nah, because I'm not playing them games. You know, you just got to be like that these days. You know, so that's the way I feel about it. I think he just should have moved a little bit more professional about situations. Because I think he was in a position of thought of where he didn't think that, you know, I think she finessed the situation to where he felt comfortable, you know, and I think he should have never just got that comfortable with a 19-year-old girl being the age that he is.
Even when you say 19, I say in general.
In general, yeah.
But it's crazy that you have to move like that.
Exactly.
And it's mainly because of who he is and his status, his money. That they can try to, like, because they're not going to try to shake down like no regular guy. But I feel like that's what it is, and it's not just men. I feel like it could be a woman with money. I feel like it can go either way, but I feel like it'll be easier to shake like a famous or a popular guy that with money. Because most of the time I don't think men will complain.
Men are complaining and making those type of allegations, even if they did get in a situation like that.
Maybe we need
like, unless you took his manhood, you know.
I'm trying. I was thinking the wrong. I was about to say I'm trying to get Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh yeah. Prime example.
Yeah.
She basically is saying the same thing that Shannon Sharpe did, because she said that she don't want to date older men. She don't date younger men, everything like that. Because the older men play games, whatever, like this right here. But no one said anything. Everybody telling Shannon Sharpe, "Oh, you shouldn't deal with young girls to this right here." But Tracy Ellis Ross just came out and said, "I'm dealing with younger men," and no one's saying any. I already know you about to say the double standard stuff.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, but that's just, you know, it is a double standard. It's like, okay, now she came out, none of the women said, oh, all the women are like, you go, girl, but then they tell Shannon Sharpe, you should have been dealing with a woman your age, you know, so.
That woman is age.
Or on the same status level, you know.
But that's why so many of them deal with people that's on their level and try to keep people that don't have nothing to lose away from them to some extent. And then they say people acting funny. But that whole situation is crazy. Like, I definitely feel like Shannon should be moving better. Like, only reason why I'm saying is, like, if it was a regular celebrity with money that wasn't on camera so much, it'd be different. But Shannon talks so much shit about people in these predicaments and in these situations.
Exactly.
He talked the most shit about people.
He got caught up in it.
Even when it first came out, I thought, ain't no way in hell Shannon got caught up talking crazy like this.
And who it was that got caught up.
I couldn't believe it.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you really think that conversation was crazy?
No. But what I'm saying is to the point where you on being recorded saying, I'm gonna choke the shit out you. Like, however it is, you just know the game. You see it played out from art. Cat Williams was warning them. Monique was warning them. Like, everybody was having this conversation about how it is out here. And you still moving like that? Like, that was wild.
She wanted to be choked.
I'm not saying.
I know.
I'm just. So I'm big on keeping the responsibility in house. Rob know that. Like, forget what other people do. What did you do? I'm big on that. I'm very, very big on that. So I'm looking at Shannon. You know you the man. You know you in a position of power. You know you have everything to lose. You know people out here moving reckless. You done seen 1,000 celebrities this happen to. You got to be a little bit more careful. You know what I mean?
But check this out though. I totally agree with that. You know I'm definitely on that. Right. But something got to be done about if it is a false allegation and it comes out that he comes out on top, because we just watched Jonathan Majors go through the same doggone thing, and it came out to not be true. You seen this man get chased down the street by this woman, and they say, "Oh, we're gonna dismiss that part." But you know what? You shouldn't have fought her right here. Right. So guess what? We gonna still stick the charge on you.
You picked her up and got her out the car to get her away from.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it got to be some accountability with the justice system to at least hold them accountable for the lies that they tell, because they destroying careers and destroying lives.
So what is the claim she doing? Like, what is this?
Basically, he went in her back door without her permission and was threatening her.
She went in who back door?
What do you mean her?
No, her back door.
Yeah.
She told him no, and he still did it.
And that's wild.
See, that's what I said. I didn't know all of that.
Yeah, she told him no, and she still did it. And then he kept threatening her like he was gonna kill her and all this kind of stuff like that. And then she said, whenever they first met, he was acting like he was pressing her for her number, whatever. He told her to sign an NDA. She said no. And then he was like, all right, well, he finally gave her a number or something like that. It was like, come to my house. She went over to the house. He opened the door, didn't say nothing to her, went upstairs and got in the bed. She followed him upstairs, got in the bed. So she just felt uncomfortable. So I guess they had sex that night. Then she came back the next day. It's like, come on. Yeah. All this time.
No, how about when he moved how about when they said when he moved to Vegas, she followed him to Vegas?
Right. First off, my question is, did he pay for her to move to Vegas, or did she wish like?
I don't know.
What about the $25,000 a cheek? What is that about?
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
What is 20?
Yeah, she was saying like 25. She said she wanted $25,000 per cheek or something like that.
Yeah, what does that mean?
So basically, off top was she was charging.
She OnlyFans.
Yeah, but per cheek, what is that?
I don't know.
know. She said she got 2, and just throwing some crazy prices out there.
And she ain't got much cheeks. I seen the girl, you know. So like, she's a white girl. She flat, you know.
I don't know, but I said I didn't know all that. But this is what's crazy. I don't know. When Pop the Balloon first came out, it was a young lady on there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a black lady. She had on a green dress. It was the same episode.
I don't know what one you're talking about. I'm listening.
Right. So you know she got charges against her.
Mm-hmm.
And she tried to file a lawsuit against the pitcher that used to play for the Dodgers. You know the pitcher that got put out of the league or suspended because they said he choked the girl till she passed out, and they had made a safe word, but she didn't say the safe word. The girl passed out. They tried to sue him. He didn't get charged for it. They was like, you dealt with it one time, and like you said, you told him not to do it, or you wasn't okay with it, but you went back the second day, or you went back a second.
You went back a second and third time.
Situation. So right now she got a case, if I'm not mistaken, a false claim, basically against that same baseball player, the same pitcher from the LA Dodgers.
But like I said, even if she get charged, like they just give her a slap on the hand compared to what he would have lost or what he did lost because of her allegation. It's just not even none in comparison.
That's why he gave her that NDA. He didn't sign it. You know, at the time, he was probably horny. He lost a little blood to the brain, and that's why he's like, forget it. But that NDA, like, that's why it's one of those. You
need those, but those still don't hold up against you.
No.
You know, they still don't hold up against that. Like,
which I don't think you rate.
Yeah, which I don't think you rate. I don't know. We want to be saying that word like that,
great.
But great. Yeah, great. But I don't think NDA will stop that.
No.
You know, that only helps out in consensual. You know,
NDA wouldn't. But I'm like, if you ever make false allegations, I'm found not guilty.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing. Like, all this is just work. My word versus yours.
Yeah.
That's the messed up part about it. That's the crazy part about it. Like, it's literally my word versus yours. I just got to prove to the court that it was all consensual.
And I understand that, but that's not the problem.
But
The problem is like the damage that's done to his career,
reputation,
and that's all she really wanted. Like, okay, give me this money or I damage your career. It's all about the damaging of his career. I'm gonna destroy you with these allegations. Yeah, you know, it's give me this money or I mess up your whole bag, because once these allegations come out, whether you did it or not, I'm not gonna get really punished if they find out I lied. But your career is dusted. You know what I mean?
This goes into your point, position of power. In relationships.
Yeah.
Because you're in a position of power at that point.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not if you cover yourself the right way.
But obviously.
Yeah, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't. Some accusations you can't cover yourself about, like, regardless if it happened or not. If a little boy come out and say you touched him, it's a rat for you. Regardless if it happened or not.
Jay-Z just beat it, so, you know. Jay-Z.
That's different, though.
That was a very, very, like he said, he
never even met the girl.
They touched shoulders at a bar one time, and she like, right?
No, it wasn't even.
I'm joking.
Oh. Yeah. But then, like I said, Michael Irvin. Look what Michael Irvin just went through like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
He was having a conversation with somebody
that was on video.
Yeah, and the girl came up and inserted herself in the conversation, left off. And went off and claimed allegation. And if it wasn't for the people that he was having conversations with,
15 white witnesses,
and they still fired him.
Yeah. Skip hired him. Though.
Still became a lie. Still found out it was a lie.
Yep.
Still lost everything. But I mean, even though Skip picked him up, you know.
It's not
the Get Right podcast.
The podcast is Can't Get Right podcast.